Welcome back to Rare Coin Review. What if I told you that a tiny 1 cent coin from 1974 could be worth as much as $4,444? Sound impossible, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might start checking every coin in your pocket. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rare Coin Review, the place where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary discoveries. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1974 USA 1 cent coin. You'll learn its history, design, real value, and how to spot rare versions that collectors are hunting for right now. Let's start with the history. The 1974 1 cent coin is part of the famous Lincoln Penny series, which has been in circulation since 1909. By 1974, these coins were already a common sight in everyday transactions across the United States. However, something interesting was happening behind the scenes. During the early 1970s, the cost of copper was rising. This created a serious problem because the metal inside the penny was starting to become more valuable than the coin itself. As a result, experiments were made to create alternative versions of the coin using different materials. And this is where things started to get exciting. Now let's talk about the design. On the front side of the coin, also known as the obverse, you'll see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design was created by Victor David Brenner and has remained one of the most iconic images in American coinage. Above Lincoln's head, you'll find the word Liberty, and to the right, the year 1974. The phrase "In God We Trust" appears at the top. Flip the coin over to the reverse side, and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial. This design was introduced in 1959 and stayed until 2008. If you look very closely, you can even spot a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, an incredible detail for such a small coin. The coin is primarily made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown color collectors love. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value. Most 1974 pennies you find in circulation are worth only a few cents, but certain rare versions can reach values up to $4,444 or even more. So what makes the difference? First, condition is everything. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they look almost brand new with no scratches or wear, are worth significantly more. Second, rarity plays a huge role. Some 1974 pennies were struck with errors, and these are the ones collectors are constantly searching for. And third, demand. The more collectors want a specific coin, the higher its value can climb. Now here's where it gets really interesting, collector insights. One of the most valuable versions of the 1974 penny is the aluminum experimental coin. Yes, you heard that right, aluminum. In an attempt to reduce costs, a small number of aluminum pennies were produced. However, they were never officially released into circulation. Only a few are known to exist today, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Another thing to watch for is mint marks. Check just below the year on the coin. If you see a small D, it means the coin was minted in Denver. If there's no mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. Some variations between these mints can affect value. Also, keep an eye out for errors like double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual coloring. These small differences can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever checked your spare change carefully? Do you have a 1974 penny sitting somewhere right now? Because the truth is, hidden treasures are often right in front of us. We just don't notice them. Here's a hidden tip most people don't know. Some 1974 pennies may have subtle differences in weight or color due to experimental materials or minting variations. If your coin looks slightly different from others, don't ignore it. It could be something special. Collectors often use a simple magnifying glass to inspect coins closely. That tiny effort can make a huge difference. And here's the exciting part. You don't need to be a professional to start. Anyone can become a coin collector. All it takes is curiosity and a little attention to detail. So next time you get change, take a second look. That small coin might just surprise you. As we wrap up, remember this. The 1974 USA 1 cent coin may look ordinary, but under the right conditions, it can hold incredible value, up to $4,444 or more. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Rare Coin Review. Tell me in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your collection? And don't forget to turn on notifications, because in our next video, we'll uncover another hidden treasure that might already be in your pocket. Until then, keep collecting, keep coin, and remember, every coin has a story.